So I have this Moog synthesizer called the Phatty. So and I also love to do Van Halen's Eruption for rock guitar. So since I heard this Eruption so many times, I was trying to figure out how would you imitate this Eruption on a Phatty Moog. Let's look at we'll have to start in backwards. There's a E, dive into a so that's the outro of Eruption. You have the 1E, 1E, diving into the low octave E, going up the E, and doing a long portamento down to the other E. So all together in normal speed would be. So I'm going to start from the beginning. I'm going to do this ending of Eruption at normal speed. Right now, I have a low frequency rate of 0.3. Pitch amount is 1. Filter amount is 6. But reverb and decay. So you need to figure out how much reverb you have in there. It's a alpha rate source, oscillators. So I'm going to do it as normal as I can. That's how Eruption ends. But I'm going to get back into the lead up into there. Or you have those running 6 chords and 5th chords in the triad in arpeggiation. The one that goes so Oh, I realized so I can tweak this ending to Eruption by increasing the glide rate. Keep the glide rate at about 0. Increase the glide rate to 10. And keep the glide rate at 10 up throughout, because at that point. But I need to get rid of the cutoff. I need to get rid of any filter cutoff, so that here's the filter. I need to get rid of the cutoff. Oh, I set the cutoff at 20 hertz. That's almost like a high pass filter. I can't do that. So I'm gonna, since there's middle C is 256 hertz. I'm gonna bring the cutoff to 1.2 kilohertz. So I realized that the cutoff on a Moog sub Phatty is a little bit like a low pass, high pass filter, or LPF, HPF. So now let's flash backward to the beginning. The octave indicator is at +1. I have to bring it down. And because the opening of Eruption goes like, the opening of Eruption starts with a upglide portamento, that downward portamento, and then another upglide portamento to the power chord A, E. Get rid of it. Yeah, something went wrong here. I'm using. Yeah, something's wrong with the oscillator. Oh, left frequency oscillator rate. Modulation. Keep it on 1. Alpha rate is now, or left frequency oscillator rate is now at 0.1. Noise is set to 0. I need, so with the upper glissando, down glissando, and upper glissando leading to that. And so I. So realizing that this is an analog synthesizer, it cannot be a polyphonic, so it can only produce one tone. So the power chord A5 after the three glissandos would have to be A, E, and treble. So something like this. But I have to increase the glide rate so it'll sound more like glissandos. So here, glide rate, I'm going to increase the glide rate so it'll sound like a real portamento. After I do the power chord tremolo A, E, I'm going to bring the glide rate from 10 to 1. It doesn't work. So I'm going to have to keep the glide rate as 0. And then, after the power chord, this follows. Almost got it. So let me start Eruption from the beginning. I just need to change the octave to +1. Octave is 0. Oh, best to do +1 for that. Almost got it. I also found out on that which are mini portamentos down and up, I can always use the pitch wheel. I have to start from a slight turn, and then even bit more, and then even more. It'll sound almost like the actual Eruption. So what I'm going to try to do, the Eruption thing from the mini portamentos all the way down to that A with those many shakes of portamentos. I also, so what's going on with this, with that? So after that, there is a power chord AE, power chord GD, and power chord DA. And we'll have to treblize it because this synthesizer is not polyphonic. So I'm going to do. And then this flourish happens. So after this power chord DA, you have this flourish on high pitch. And then I have to break it down about 2 octaves from +2 to 0. This imitates the guitar whammy bar by a guitarist going down with a glissando. The whammy bar is done 2 times, so downward glissando happening twice, so it'll be like. So something like. Something like that. So after those 2 glissandos to the very low, I have to change to this one because you'll hear something like E major, a flourish, something like coming out from like Baroque music. And then like something out of Spanish music. I have to change to an octave down. Let me see if I can do a sort of a rough run through this. Let me try again. So I realized I can't do the pitch wheel because the pitch wheel, if I try to portamento with a pitch wheel, it'll go up a third. You have to swoop up to another octave. Let me try it again. Then the fun part happens after that dramatic pause. I'm going to bring this to +2 in the octave, and it'll be like. I'm going to have to do this octave lower because this is only a 2-octave sub-Phatty. So I'm going I could play around with the left frequency oscillator rate after the but to make it better, I have to combine this left frequency oscillator rate, increase that, and increase the glide rate as well. Let me see. So it's not easy. So it's not easy to imitate Eruption using a Moog sub-Phatty. Yeah, it's not. That's right. So let me see. me see if I can do a run through the whole eruption. I can try to figure out what I need to do. I realize I have to work with the octave changes of -1, -2, 0, +1, +2. Yeah, somewhere. Yeah, so it's let's see. I need to make sure. I was trying to figure out if I'm going to have to cut back on some of the filtering to make it possible. I cut back. I brought the filter amount to 0. The oscillators, the sub-oscillators. One sub-oscillator, sub-oscillator 2 has to go down to 0. I'm doing it right now. I realized when I bring the oscillators down to 0, you don't get any sound. So I'm going to bring up oscillator number 1, and that's it. So I think what happened was I put in too many oscillators. Oscillator 1, sub-oscillator, oscillator 2, and I actually put noise to 0. So let me try to do a run through of the whole eruption. I started to like that. Let me do one more run of this eruption. Get rid of the glide rate. Master volume. Here we go. So I'm gonna have to. That'll be the end of this video. I'm gonna have to tweak around with more of the features of the sub Phatty. Then I hope that the rendition of Eruption is going to be almost as better than what I've tried in my first attempts. That's it. So that's my version of the, well, dry runs actually of the Van Halen's Eruption on the Moog sub Phatty.